Radio Democracy program live. We continue with the program Good Morning Salone, and it come to you from 98.1 FM. We will bring this section of the program come to you. Minas James
and Mabel Kaba.
Well, we continue with the program. For reduce the maternal and infant mortality rates, now the country we don't be concerned, and this Soriat's organization and the Ministry of Health they try for reduce. One midwife and nurse, we now the founder for Marina Birth Center, don't say it try for open.
Say the belly don't strong, you don't gladdy. 3 months, after 3 months. So from that Sunday where you come, we go do all what we need for do for you from the antenatal point of view. Make sure say you're not anemic. If you're anemic, we go treat that day. If we're able to pick up any infection such as hepatitis B, HIV, syphilis, anything like that, at least we don't engage with you at an early stage. Then when it can out for make you born, you picking, we then I ask. So all the people that within at this establishment are very trained and experienced midwives them.
When I get any provision for complicated cases then?
Yes, now make we get a theater. We're fully functioning, fully operational and well equipped. We go always be there on standby. If delivery not go well, there's any complications where we pick up, and at the end they come with the training we midwife then gets. We're not then able to identify when things not they go right. I think as a whole community, midwifery community, we all aim now for fet this maternal mortality rate where we all know say very high, as well as the infant mortality rate. So me coming here, me just another extra pair of hands really for help in this battle where we get now we are. But by God in grace, we go bring and down.
So just take me through some of our facility then.
Okay.
When I get here, so at least make people able to know waiting when I get here.
There's a call bell system where they so where patients call, you go able for shop say now bed 1 they call, now bed 2 they call, so the patients need the hands. This now room 1. We get 2 beds, and all we room them, they're exactly the same setup as this room here. So 2 beds then the inside. So each room go get 2 cots then. We get AC, we get an overhead fan, we get an outside like a veranda, especially in this room. For make if visitor come you're able to sit down there. We get a television where you can watch your SLBC, DSTV. You can watch. We even get video recorders. Then you get a bathroom here where they serve. Then 2 rooms there. So again, it's got a shower. It's got a WC and wash basin. So this is now the small kitchen. It's a kitchenette. Again, it gets all what you need. So there's a microwave, there's kettle, there's a toaster. So we come. We provide food for them. Whatever the package is, it comes with breakfast. We get an outside well with them dig so that we not get ever short of water. So even in dry season, the well is always full. We also, of course, get Guma coming in. Downstairs, then get labor room. Yeah?
I see ball.
Yes, exactly. You see ball, you see birthing chair, you see mat. This now what we call active management. So the woman, they strap hand to bed. You no need for just sit on a bed, no more whip belly. Most of the things, if you observe women the way they labor, they want to move around. So the room sets up in a way so we go allow you to move around. You get an AC, so you feel really cool in here. You get music, we use all them different little therapies then. So inside.
So music will play while she
Yes. Whatever you want for listening to, you can come with your own CD. If you get a special collection where you can prepare for listening to, you get for listening to them. If you want, we provide you music, we can do that. So we do all the job. We can even be
so
DJ for you.
This ball here?
The ball then for just help where labor come for let the woman move around. And the more you swing your hips around, the more you they move around, the more you they help the picking in self the candle. So we know say all the and they sit down there, yes, move around as the pain take you. Inside these little baskets now I can call say they're all little snacks there inside it. We get all what we call essential oils. Then and then do aromatherapy. It just means a good smell therapy. And again, they're all evidence-based. They don't show we say there are certain oils the way they use, where they help women in labor them. One, they make them quite regular, which means they go able for labor really nicely. Sometimes they can calm and down as well if the woman the smell. We they use them in different formats. If you're not possible, we let come in and touch you in labor, so women and normally then touch them. We can use massage as well. So this room is really the birth center, now the heart of the establishment. This Nayaso. we get all we need to props them where they show say.
So waiting
Now, this is a birthing stool. This is a stool where you can sit down so can. Sometimes they struggle for push. So they tell them push, or you're not able for push. When you sit down, you imagine say you're in a toilet. So it's easy for them make you
so
you will see when the baby
can. For let somebody sit down way.
Absolutely safe, because always you want for later aid candle.
All right, that's now the founder of Marina Bath Center, Junovo Ellis. They talked to Wani Gauja after Radio Democracy. Wani Gauja go work at the new Bath Center, whose they don't establish now for women them. We go on for born picking. We go bring una more information on the center inside with different program them. The program na Good Morning Salone, and it come to you from 98.1 FM.
We will continue with the program and come over again to Abubakar Josi, Sewe Commander the Sierra Leone People's Party SLPP. Earlier this morning for tell you waiting be happen at the party office this past weekend. Also according to the next meeting with them for being cancelled for reasons we then say people over be attend the meeting being get other busy schedule them. And also the people and we been getting at the party office on Saturday. How on have been dismissed them where the meeting not been right?
Well, the SAP is a well-organized political party, well-structured, and over and above that, it is a family. So when something right, everybody can easily disperse. But that meeting there, to take again by God in power, it go hold, because thing and the party go need for discuss. Of course, I cannot disclose them on air. This thing they very critical. Some of the things where they happen purely internal, we can always handle them in-house. And the one way we think to say we can divert to the public, we go divert. But the meeting not right, and people disperse. I just shocked that, well, this now the days of the social media irresponsible use. People can just write any kind of thing from the comfort of their home and therefore scatter all over the place. Because the kind of picture we see people paint, that is not exactly what transpired at the party headquarters.
So according to you, the meeting all right. So what about the one way the organizing secretary in all that same Saturday? Instead not being
well,
right?
the organizing secretary, if you all meeting, it can all meeting with anybody, right?
But I
don't establish and I have from what I can say. The only person you get right for call NEC, the National Executive Council, when the second decision making body of the party. Now the national chairman and leader. So if they say next meeting all right, that's end of story. Anybody get right for all any meeting a corner. You understand?
But I mean, in corner inside the hall.
No, I like inside the hall. But then they know the suffice not to next meeting and they know they near themselves. As long as now ordinary person at the executive caller. Now the constitution of the party now they explain to you so. You understand? There is a process where they lead for they call neck. Yeah? Then it's very clear if you look at constitution, you see, and the national chairman leader go for she don't get meeting with the national executive. Then from there, it go give instruction to the secretary general, where secretary general invite NEC members to NEC meeting. That's the second decision making body of the party. Now the parliament standing of the party. So not to meeting where now anybody they call her.
But now I say that meeting we been all at the party office on Saturday night being caused the chambots way according to you people on the pursuits on social media say na bad thing happened there.
Well, me not go take as well because I don't tell you say. First of all, this whole thing, law suicide they come from. Now, quite recently, myself learned say Jimmy Batulo Songa, the national organizing secretary, interested in the position of national chairman and leader. You understand? And now in right as a member of the party, because I don't tell you say as long as you are a full-fledged member, you are fully paid up, you meet the criteria of the party they set, you contest for any position. So that is not an issue at all. But if he get that kind of intention at all, because me not talk to Auntie today, now you hear me say the if you get her, he decided for all meeting on account of that one day, there is not a wrong with that day. But next meeting, not just the chairman leader. In absence, the deputy national chairman leader can perform all in functions. That's what we party say. Not to any other executive.
So we'll come back to you just now. Yeah. The time from 2 o'clock now 8:30. Let me just quickly take this break and continue the program.
They causing confusion. But this confuse me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in World Solid.
Look in block them where them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen, me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement where are the use, and that's not Dangote 3x Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want your concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
You say you love me, but I'm a bad guy. Yeah, they call me the banner power.
Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. They come up with 3-in-1 events: fundraising dinner, dance, and live band show.
Yes, waiting you to wait for. Grab one time and join Radio Democracy as we come up with 3-in-1 event. That's na fundraising dinner, dance, and a live band show.
This fundraising dinner, dance and live band show now for fund money for continue the good work where Radio Democracy don't they do for promote democracy na Salone.
All this will be Friday, March 29, 2019. Now the Sarah Lighthouse Hotel and Restaurant na Aberdeen Village. 7 o'clock evening time for just 500,000 loans, 1 million loans, and by donation.
This fundraising dinner, dance, and live band show get for sweet because you know say Radio Democracy nobody do lily thing. The date again, Friday 29 March 2019, and for go inside, now just 500,000 leons, 1 million leons, and by donation. See you there.
We na Radio Democracy. They tell thank you to Natcom, Bolori, Salcab,
Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, Rokel Commercial Bank, Africell,
and Sierra Lighthouse for the support where they don't give to Radio Democracy.
And you want give your support to Radio Democracy, you can call 077 755 153.
All this now for support Radio Democracy for continue the good work where we done they do.
No, this one is a special dedication.
We continue the program Good Morning Salone, and they continue to look at small issues inside the program this morning. The consultants for the Badia projects and Salone and the Fanny don't say the Badia projects ready for Gay Salone, but $70 million for renovate and rehabilitate some school and college them. We don't get bad structure for long term now. They talk this inside one work away the Ministry of Finance together with the Ministry of Education do na different parts of the country with the Badia team na Salone for letting go look at the status of some school and college them. Mange Mansari gets more on this and gonna reports.
The President, Brigadier Julius Madabiu, be meet with the Director General for Badia na Mauritania, who say the President be invite the Director General for Canada the country September 14, 2018. The Director General for Badia been can na the country, who say the President been put in priority projects them to the Director General, but the Director General for the Badia project been get interest for support the educational projects them, and one of them projects they are where the Badia Director General say it is support. Now for rehabilitate and expand the Multimagai College of Education, Science and Technology, the Bundubu Teachers College, Bo Government Secondary School, Kenema Government Secondary School, Mabuka Boys High School, and the Prince of Wales Secondary School. The Director General for Badia been agree for fund them projects they are. This make the Badia Director General been sent in team for can assess the college and school them. Nabo Government Secondary School, Kenema Government Secondary School, Bundumbu Teachers College, and the Mabuka Boys High School. The Deputy Financial Secretary for Multilateral Project na Ministry of Finance, Sir Maurice Aruna, begin for talk about the worker where the Ministry of Finance, the team from Badia, and the Ministry of Education do na schools and college them na the 3 region them na the country.
Habilitation of 4 secondary schools in the country, 1 from each region, namely the Government Secondary School Bo, Government Secondary School Kenema, and Government Secondary School Mabuka for Boys. In terms of weight, That was one project submitted, and the rehabilitation and expansion of Bunubu Teachers College within the Polytech, Eastern Polytech. The rehabilitation and expansion of Miti Magai College of Education.
Inside this worker, with the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Education, and the team for Badia do, they first go to the Bo Government Secondary School. Inside the principal na the school, Alhaji Musa Amara, been begin for talk about the challenge them. Where the school they face?
One teacher. So that's the problem we have now. We have problem of accommodation. That is the main problem we have. The classrooms are congested, the dormitories are congested, and so on. So until something is done. Once now it's the HE, it's the whole boy, everybody wants to come to both. Like this year, oh, I just heard from it. Even where I was saying, no, we must find a place for us. And so because when somebody loves something, no matter what, they want to see that they be part of it. So that is the problem we have now.
The Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Education, and the team from Badia been same way so go na Kenema. Beside them go na the Kenema Government Secondary School. Beside the principal at the school, they raise the same concern them. Beside it say the school not get better classroom and dormitory them for them body home students them. The concern them with them being raised na both school and the Kenema Government Secondary School not be far from the one them wouldn't be raised na the Maboka Boys Secondary School. This worker been continue na the Bundubu Teachers College. Outside the consultant for the Bundubu Teachers College, Mohamed Kumba, been talk about the status of the Bundubu Teachers College.
I look at building, the situation where it is. I look at the foundation, I look at the wall, I look at the roof, I look at doors. So if all them things are not there, they announce that this building is completely damaged. I take pictures of them. The buildings that this college will be completely damaged, about 86. Out of that 86, 5 staff quarters then rehabilitate, then partially rehabilitate, practice in school and health clinic for the community. 1,500 to 2,000. Presently, we say then they hold distance learning. Now the resource center, nine are the only building for now where they accommodate classes. So now they then they hold classes for now.
The consultant for the Badia project na Sierra Leone, engineer Andy Fanny, say the reason we make Badia go inspect all the schools them where the project they cover now for identify the problem them where the school and the college then get before them begin the actual work.
Initial setup of the project principle to identify what was the defect in each place. We have done a detailed concept design including inventory for all buildings within each facility to differentiate which one is going to be rehabilitated and which one is going to need a new construction and what would be the additional construction for expansion. The first stage is to formulate a project and then to assess what is the current status, what is needed. Now we are setting up the stages of implementation. We are looking by the end of this year, we will reach some advanced stage of getting contractors to start working on it. Almost about $70 million.
Where even the talk, but the term, where they go complete them projects they are. Acting Deputy Financial Secretary for Multilateral Projects at the Ministry of Finance say, after them go down all the paperwork for them 3 projects they are. The project go take 3 years before then complete them.
Maximum 3-year period. The damage then done to the schools is massive. Some then a new construction then they put. And that again, it depends on the arrangement they make, how would they take contractor. The more contractor they will take, now the lesser the time they can follow down the project. For instance, if we say we take one contractor, we'll not go done in 3 years. So for that, it depends again on the arrangement again. But then when you take more contractor and more money, so we get for work the economics and the mathematics in between.
Sir Maurice Aruna end up say, all waiting them don't see now the school and college them. Then go build additional classroom them and dormitory where go able accommodate plenty picking them as way for give support to the free education for radio democracy. Mange Mansari, the report.
We continue with the program. Good Morning Salone, 8:39 at the time for my studio clock. We see we guest Abubakar Josise from the Salone People's Party. Now let me look at on a convention. When the SLPP convention?
Well, the convention is supposed to hold in September because according to the constitution, every 2 years. So the last convention last year in Kenema. So the next convention, well, now next get for decide the precise date and the venue, because that's what constitution say. But we know that every 2 years we dey get national convention, because the national conference not just about electing national officers. You get a lot of issues we dey discuss. I just tell una say the National Executive Council are the secondary decision-making body of the party. In the reports to the national conference, the national convention are the highest decision-making body of the party. So now make every 2 years in the convene for look at issues that will be come up, where neck be handled, and take some decisions in addition to the election of national officers.
So, but now every 2 years also now they elect of officers them.
Yeah, now 2 year mandate.
And even though you say not to just for go to election, but any election, yeah, can always take over the other activities.
Yeah, definitely.
So for this September, if una convention hold, now they go elect new officers.
Yes, now every 2 years.
So it's not the process of electing, or if somebody want for contest for any position?
Well, normally, it's stated in the constitution the criteria they were supposed to meet. But in other cases, sometimes they will set up committee for look at for set the process. You know, because normally that decision they can come from NEC. As to the exact date of the conference, the venue of the conference, all landed they come from there. But the process simple. You want for contest for position. I mean, the first and foremost, you get for be a full-fledged member of the party, fully paid up. Yeah. Then and then sometimes for certain positions, sometimes you go need certain requirements. That they all will be determined by maybe a committee initially set up, but final decision taken by NEC.
So now to say on for change na chairman and leader Dr. Pinsade.
Well, I'm not aware of that. What you mean on SLP in a democratic party? Anybody get rights for contest for any position, and as far as I'm aware, you get a good number of positions because now 31 national officers we get, and you get a number of positions where me don't hear say people they challenge the incumbent there. And it is normal in a democratic process.
But why would I want to change the chairman?
No, me not aware say anybody want to change her. But sometimes somebody want to challenge her. So not to, if somebody want to challenge her, not to the party want to change her. Now the democratic process no more, of course. So if that is true, say somebody get interest in the position for challenge her, that is how it is. Just like they challenge people in any other position. You know, na democracy should depend. But for say, one change, I'm not aware of that.
But okay, go ahead.
How you go describe the work of the chairman and leader in office under the leadership of Dr. Pinsade?
Well, everybody they do, they don't do your own bit. In leadership, somebody must do your own bit, and we will not get for acknowledge going forward. They don't do your own bit. Whether that bit they enough or not enough, it will be determined by in re-election. You understand? And this is a democratic process. I keep saying this because we own party, we not a pick person put selection, we not get her. Now purely election. So if somebody don't do well or you not do well, now the election, the way they go back for office, now go determine that one day. But not to me go, she don't determine that day.
But for the past 2 years, we don't be chairman and leader. Any improvements on they don't do anything meaningful na the Salone People's Party.
I really know how for going to that because right now the political stage don't begin set. Let not go feel like for say I talk for policy. So at the end of the day, anybody without old position, you get account of his stewardship, and based on that day, the people will make the decision whether for elect you or not for elect you.
So if now you been there in the position as chairman and leader, waiting there way for don't do right way something.
You will begin see argument and this and that and waiting. That don't still mean to say the organization not intact. I don't want to say even prior to the elections. Yeah. Now so then democratic process will be the go-to. We will get series of challenges. On account of that, the people they write to off. We're not going to win. We go die in our position. But we are very good at managing some of them challenges. They will manage them well to the best of our ability. And today, it reward we with being in governance. So it is not new. Whatever challenges there are, we know say not just a matter of time. After a democratic process, we will always remain as a family.
So if you're in the position for take a decision whether Dr. Pinsadin for continue or not, who say you go stand?
Well, I no go say anything on Andy now.
All right, continue for the between the program. Abubakar Josise from the Salone People's Party.
We will continue to look at more issues inside the program this morning. For the past year, the National Commission for Democracy, an institution we done the work for look inside things that happen at the country for promote peace and democracy. And this BNTM, the commission and then team go do one research for know the status of the country peace. Also, the chairman for the National Commission for Democracy, Dr. Abubakar Kabo, say inside this research, then fair not say Salone people still they enjoy peace. Dr. Abubakar Kabo explain more to Usman Kamara inside this interview.
This draft report come out because they assess the state of democracy in Salone. We want to know what the people think about democracy. And not forget, say, if you want to know the real thing where they happen, you have to consult the people. So we decide for consult people on the principles of democracy, about human rights, transparency and accountability, the rule of law, the economy and democracy, participation, and all waiting the people they need foresee if democracy in a country, particularly basic human needs, all that thing. So we deal with them. We do this sort of research for go soliciting aspirations as to waiting and things. So and then we forget this draft.
Okay.
This now.
All right. So waiting like some of the findings that we wanna get.
Well, some of the findings like people them believe in democracy for say we leadership we for always get and through free fair elections. Understand? So in a stand key, and of course the other one for say yes, democracy and the economy therefore work hand in hand. People them for make sure say they enjoy the benefits of the country, even in terms of education, health, and other aspects of basic human needs than a part of democracy. And a no limit. The draft now only limits alone for say democracy limited only to elections. No, a try for bring say democracy in a continuous process and it gets so many aspects.
Okay, so like when una start for develop this
2017 now they start this, but you see funding not being the come all the time, so it's been dragged. We want to for like come out 2018, but unfortunately we'll not be able. And now we're able to pull them, but I know say it's still there as a living document. It's not old because it reflects the minds of the people. So with that we call validators for can see what you don't do for say if a document will go stand the test of time.
Okay, so how this document important for we country?
Important for we country because it don't become a baseline. It will become a baseline where any other researchers them on the status of democracy go use them for find out what they happen, na the country in terms of democracy.
So how you go assess the different findings you wanna get? You think say like the country they enjoy democracy?
Well, the country they enjoy democracy. Democracy not to one event. Democracy is a process. And democracy again you go able sort of guardian where you take the people and way consent to into play. For example, we people them not rooted from the Western democratic principles. We people them messing them primordial and customs and tradition and belief. So, but see, they don't begin practices here. Although we get some hiccups, but we know say we must do it if we continue for the sensitize, educate them as to what democracy is all about.
Okay.
And for that, this particular draft sort of survey is very important.
Okay, so like what kind of measures they wanna use for come to then conclusion?
Well, we use some research methods, research methodology. We use questionnaire. We get face-to-face discussion with them. We get group discussions with them. The methodology great for that we get. We solicit the aspiration one to one. We call sort of town hall meetings. We solicit the aspirations.
Okay, so now also wanna go to the country.
Also even the riverine area where art for go. Always ensure say waiting ever we they do if we're based on research. We not go based on hearsay. We say Salone a place we get rumor. All man na rumor. So we know I'm based on rumor. And we an institution of governance we for be based on exact knowledge.
Well, that's not the chairman for Democracy Salone, we talk to Usman Kamara inside that interview day and in Dr. Abubakar Kabo. The program Good Morning Salone, they continue.
All right. Well, sorry, Dr. Abubakar Kabo, now the chairman for the National Commission for Democracy, and he talk to Usman Kamara on a research where they do, where they not say the country still they enjoy peace. Now the country, we continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Abubakar Josise from the SLPP still the program with we this morning and the day for talk about issue we been be on Saturday, and according to he said the next meet will be for all, not all, and that's no confusion, no being daddy. Well, I'll come back to you, Mr. Sise. Even though you don't say waiting be they go around na the social media, not true, but information na that this confusion will happen. They wanna they try to manage the situation. How true that they be?
Well, confusion na actually not too appropriate. If people get argument and things like that, definitely. But I don't start for say here that the NTL they call up na purely internal, and we will deal with them internally. So we don't do one before. We don't go through challenges we pass this, you know. And this one now is very normal, because what we supposed to do, we don't do till to the point where we don't come into governance. Normally, when you get a situation where you convention they come, then you understand say people they just will here and there for positions, other people they challenge them. You bound for getting small arguments, then small issues there. But the party, now well structured party, where able handle anything there also at any time, any day, and we're going to ensure say we do level best for keep the party as a family. Even within family, then where would they? Thinking way we hear small noise. This person go argue and this and that. But the family go always put things right and get the family going. So it's the same thing with the SLPP. Saturday, I still they maintain. I know what they say arguments not be this and that, but for say fact be the damage people and this and that no. And right. They make purpose the account. Not to actually for can say this person I do this and do that. Those are internal. We can always handle them internally. Okay. But I can't really can't dispel whatever rumor or whatever. But they go and say they damage people. Then so right. Go to okay. They say they kill person blah blah.
Continue for the with Mr. Sise.
The program they continue and we look at other issue now as the executive director for Media Watch Salone, Francis Ndanema, been talk say then go do one peaceful protest against government and the National Commission for Persons with Disability, as well for my government provide side for tap for the handicap action movement member them after where them be direct them come out and the land outside them be tap this BNTM. Well now the PR don't say they're not going to do this protest again because it's second
the government's not 1 year yet. Now students waiting our colleges, they now gladly. They no need for kind of Ministry of Education 100 times before ever then they go register them. They no need for strain again, they know they direct them from lecture room and everything. So that's now one of the things enforcing that the successes so don't get. We also see the chairman and chief commissioner of the Persons with Disability Commission as a CAM, something ABC for the past government that we don't the past being them for make them do disability permanent disability certificates for let them see how they will make way for let them issue them. They not be able to succeed. It come within 3 to 4 months, able to make them possible, then get a working documents and they don't lay aside where ABC as soon as they get funding, then things they happen. It really means of course, what's then the promise then they do them.
What's the present condition of the handicap movement we in another place where they say them they go through constraints, waiting how far they don't go for helping people in the
they still the place still open and we talk with them, they still in at the place there, they still go make some makeshift structures, some of them then just fencing, then pin and fen matter, then traditional matter that they round the tick, then fen we out and the cover up until they know they come now, they not in the sleep. They will do clean for let them work now understanding it's done. Now open place hold it and they work. So now make we really want for let them fast track time. I talk with the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare before I come here. We tell me say of course Then they in constant discussions. They say even today they talk with the commission for let them see how they go for fast track projects.
How soon they go for fast track this plan for them handicapped people in there?
Well, we're not going to know when soon they will fast track, and then make a call. Instead of we go into protest, we still come to make a call for let the city council, the Ministry of Lands, so let them try for give the documents. As I just they tell you, the chairman of the commission willing for make them give the money for let them construct, waiting the one for construction at the place day. But if they go construct and then they not get documents, tomorrow back, then grab them, pull them, they not go look fine. So then we don't look at it, we don't understand what the chairman, what make the chairman say no they give money, he get points. We say they don't spend millions of leons day, they don't develop day, they don't get place, then get place so then they sleep, then get place so then they work. Now waiting don't happen. Then they say, well, una for come on at this place, and now they don't come out the all then developments where they be don't do and I don't go in vain. So now if the chairman they call say they need to forget the documents, I believe say that's a very genuine call, a genuine concern. See how we before work with the commission and other people they also for get money for put up massive structures who side them go there and pull other persons with disabilities in streets where they all go for go stay there and for let them get skills so go make them become self-reliant.
Well, that's not the executive director for Media Watch Salone, Francis Danema, be the talk on that interview with Princess Pias. The program Good Morning Salone, they continue to wrap up the program now. I'll come over quickly to the studio guest, Abubakar Josi, we come out on the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP. So after the meeting with Fobidol on Saturday, we not been right. How best the party don't try for ensure sale on a putting a house in order for let the one them way they contest against other people them, no ambog the peace of the party.
Well, the house in order. The only thing we I would do like how me save dinner, I go appeal to people because it's very natural when people they go in for positions for they become a little hyper. But I go ask that people they calm down a bit because the reason why sometimes would they the noise body chairman position because now they hear, but several other positions also are being challenged, and that's the beauty of democracy. Anybody got for challenge policy for position, but why is that they happen? The party, I don't repeatedly say well structured. We get channels through which person you for put out your grievances for addresser. So definitely things not get out of hand. We're going to ensure say people they already contest for positions, they keep themselves within the remit of within the small laws they will put in place. Say. And then they will make, even after the contest, we will still remain as a family and work towards other bigger goals, especially we will know say in 4 years' time we'll go for go back for national election.
All right, thank you for joining the program this morning. Abubakar Josi from the Sierra Leone People's Party. Plenty thank you to the production team. Alex Lawrence Kuroma and Michael Sambola put the program together himself. One for say plenty thank you to the management na Radio Malen 88.5 FM where the relay programs them na put on district. Plenty thank you to you send your message. So till we meet again, maybe Kabadi say get yourself a wonderful day and plenty thank you to the technical team, Moses Kavura and team we can see on Facebook and YouTube, and also to DJ Amadu we give you technical support. So till we meet again, get yourself a wonderful day.
Minas Matchups to say goodbye.